Welcome back everybody to another new comic book day. You guys check out the haul. Just got back from Casablanca Comics, my LCS. They always got the hookups. After we do the comic book haul, you guys know every single Wednesday I'm bringing you guys my comic book haul. I'm also going to be doing a review of Batwoman Elegy, this DC compact. Finished it the other day and I really liked it, so we're going to talk about that. I also have sort of like a, I don't know, like a superhero movie kind of haul. This is from a place called Bull Moose down the street that's unfortunately closing. They're having a big sale, trying to get rid of all their stuff, and they had a sale on pre-owned movies. So went through the superhero movie section, picked out some nice stuff, and I cannot wait to show you guys. But first off, let's take a look at all the comic book releases from last week's new comic book day, right? So as you can see, we got 10 comic books that we're going to review really quickly. Absolute Superman 16, we're going to be giving that one a 4.5. Excellent issue, loved it. Batman number 6, we're going to be giving that a 4-star. I thought it was pretty solid, pretty sick. And yeah, 4 stars feel pretty good. We didn't pick up Absolute Green Lantern. That's an oops. Absolute Wolverine number 14. This one was actually pretty solid. We're going to give it a 3.5. I'm just not like super invested in the Ultimate Universe anymore. I'm just going through the motions, don't really care about what's happening. DCKO Night Fight, I thought was a very beautiful ending and a very nice way to send off this little 4-issue miniseries, but I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Not the best issue in the world. Ultimate Endgame, dude, honestly, oh man. This might get a lot of hate. I'm giving it 3 stars, man. I just could not care less about Ultimate Endgame. I'm not gonna lie. DCKO Boss Battle surprised me quite a bit. We'll give that a 3.5 out of 5. Thought it was pretty fun. Batgirl 16, thought this was a great way to close out this arc. With that being said though, it wasn't my favorite issue. We're going 3.5 out of 5. Nice House by the Sea. This was an excellent issue. We're giving this one a 4-star. So that's how we're rating all the comic book releases from last week. Absolute Superman, I could see being a little bit higher, so could Batman, but this is how I'm feeling right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that comic book reviewing. We'll be doing that every single week, I think. And then in addition to that, let's vote for the pick of the week this week. For me, it's got to be Bleeding Hearts. So excited about it, but it seems like everybody else is excited about Absolute Wonder Woman, the 2026 annual. DCKO coming in at number 2, and then my pick, Bleeding Hearts, coming in at number 3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. With that being said though, let's do the comic book haul. So a little bit of a bonus for today. We've got the, what is it? The Superman and Spider-Man DC and Marvel present. This is a little second parter of the facsimile releases. You guys see, actually it's up there. The first, that's the Superman versus Spider-Man release, but this one is the more of a team up one, I think. And you guys see, yeah, pretty nice cover there. And let's get into the rest of the comic book haul. So, like I was saying, the pick of the week has got to be Bleeding Hearts from Dennis Camp. Dennis Camp is just on fire right now. The return of Vertigo back in a big way. Obviously, Nice House by the Sea is a Vertigo title now, but this is the first like official Vertigo title. Leading the charge, really excited about this. And Dennis Camp, Stepan Morian, excellent stuff. If you guys haven't read the previous series, actually have it right here on the shelf, you gotta read 20th Century Men, dude. This is so sick. Gives you a great example of what to expect, I'm sure, in this Bleeding Heart series. Just 2 great collaborators, just killing it. And then, yeah, let's get to the rest of the comic book haul. So second pick of the week, we're going that Absolute Wonder Woman annual. Really excited about this because we have Matea de Luis on the art. Thought Matea de Luis's art style is really cool. I like when Matea and Kelly Thompson team up, so looking forward to that. We also have, of course, DCKO number 4. A lot of the different tie-ins have been leading right to this. DCKO Night Fight, DCKO Boss Battle. They're leading right to this, man. So pretty epic, pretty hyped to get into this. It's just so funny how more invested I am in DCKO versus Ultimate Endgame. I could not really care less about Ultimate Endgame, which is kind of sad because at one point I was pretty excited about Ultimate Universe, but not anymore. Now we have the indie, well, I guess last for DC, we have Adventures of Superman Book of L, issue number 6, continuation of Philip Kennedy Johnson's War World Saga. The rest of these are indie series. So we have Transformers, issue number 29, some cool stuff from Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora. I'm not like the biggest fan of this of all time. I think the previous creative team might have been a tad better, more exciting as far as the story goes for sure. Not that Dan Mora's artwork is bad by any means, pretty sick there. Moving along, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 15. I'm loving Jin Luen Yang and Freddie E. Williams coming on in the title. I think they got some really interesting story bits. I think the art is actually really surprising. Not as good as like Juan Ferrara, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's still pretty solid from Freddie Williams and Andrew Dahlhaus on the coloring. Excellent stuff there. Last two pickups for today, we have Geiger number 21. You guys know Geiger's my boy. Couldn't miss out on an issue of Geiger. And then last but not least, from Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans, we have Die Loaded issue number 4. Really been enjoying the return to Die. Just a cool world, cool characters. So yeah, nice little comic book haul for February 11th, New Comic Book Day. Let's review Batwoman Elegy really quickly. So Batwoman Elegy, man, I really kind of enjoyed this. I've never read a Batwoman series before, just in general. I didn't know too much about Kate Kane. And I really thought that Greg Rucka did a great job. I mean, this is so cool, kind of getting a behind the scenes like origin story for this Batwoman character, Kate Kane. The first part is more about the mission that she goes on, where she runs into this new villain, the new villain called Alice. And then we get into some of her origin as far as Batwoman, like back in the day when that terrible thing happened to her mom and her sister, supposedly. Turns out that maybe the sister is not as, dead as she thought she was, right? So I like that kind of twist. And yeah, dude, I really thought that Greg Rucka just did a great job of kind of, setting the groundwork for this Batwoman character. This is a run that's really, really well acclaimed. People talk about it all the time. I really thought that they did a good job showcasing Kate Kane and how she's a really prominent LGBTQ plus character and how that kind of ties into her origin, her, her departure from the military because she was facing like prejudice, right? But she stuck to her values and everything. And that kind of drive and that, desire to serve, leading her to become the Batwoman. So yeah, man, I thought Batwoman Elegy, a great read. And for $10, I mean, you can't beat it. This compact edition, really great. I thought that the one thing I'll mention about the art from J.H. Williams, it's really cool how J.H. Williams is able to go to the more, I don't know how you would put it, like the more kind of slice of life art style, right? But then when it's the Batwoman-y type stuff, the art style kind of turns into more of like a gritty sort of, I don't know, like an abstract kind of art style. And I thought that was really cool how J.H. Williams is able to kind of flip back and forth when it's more of the Batwoman side of things versus the Kate Kane being sort of a citizen side of things. And I love all the bits with Renee Montoya, one of my favorite characters in DC from Gotham Central, if you guys haven't read that. But yeah, great showcase of Renee Montoya. I like the bit on, I guess, how they met, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it seems like Kate Kane was getting pulled over for the first time by Renee Montoya, and that's kind of how they started their journey, which I wasn't privy to beforehand. I knew that Kate Kane and Renee Montoya were close. You always see, what's a good example recently? There was that recent series, Question All Along the Watchtower, and that got into sort of Renee Montoya and Batwoman a little bit, so I have some some surface level knowledge on that relationship, but really cool to get into that in a deeper way. And yeah, man, I just thought this was, really action packed. It was kind of gritty, sort of detective like that I really enjoyed from Greg Rucka as the writer. Just a great example of Greg Rucka's writing. I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Greg Rucka's stuff. So yeah, Batwoman Elegy, definitely check it out for $10 in this compact comic. Definitely worth a buy. And yeah, let's talk about that movie haul real quick. All right, so like I was saying, this is from Bull Moose, place down the street that's closing, unfortunately, but I was able to pick up a nice little haul of pre-owned DVDs and Blu-rays, trying to fill out the collection, I guess. So first thing up, we have The Adventures of Batman. So this is a fun little Blu-ray release. It's got a bunch of the classic Batman cartoons from back in the day. So I thought this one was a pretty cool find. How many? 34 episodes. So that's pretty cool. Nice little find there. Along the similar lines, we have the New Adventures of Superman, DC Comics Classic Collection. So this is originally produced by Filmation Associates. This animated Superman was among the first Saturday morning cartoons. And yeah, so this was all of the stuff from, this is 36 episodes, so that's pretty fun. And yeah, kind of pairs pretty well with The Adventures of Batman that I just showed you. We also have best of DC animated movies. Now, I don't know if these are actually the best, but it includes a ton of stuff. You guys see there are 8 movies. We have All-Star Superman, Batman Killing Joke, Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Death of Superman, Justice League Dark, Justice League versus the Teen Titans, Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, and Wonder Woman. So yeah, I don't know if those are the best of all time, but I saw this for a great deal. 8 movies, 1 disc. How can you say no to that? This one's pretty cool. This is 9 episodes of the classic Superman stuff, the Fleister Studios cartoons from way, way back in the day. This is really cool. I put this on recently while I was just like reading comics, just having on in the background. And yeah, it's like kind of cool to see the classic animation style. And this is stuff that originally aired in 1942. So really cool kind of historical buy there. We have the complete motion comic for Watchmen. I believe this was included in like a special edition of the Blu-ray release, maybe. I'm not sure. So I never got my hands on this motion comic, never checked it out before. But you know, when you find it loose for a pretty good deal, couldn't say no to that. So the complete Watchmen comic come to life. Pretty cool there. And then 2 more things. We have Superman Brainiac Attacks, the classic movie. I used to have this way back in the day, but I don't remember a dang thing about it. So I thought I'd pick it up, check it out, see what's going on, if I can remember it from back in the day. And then the last thing for today's little haul here, we have Justice League The New Frontier Commemorative Edition Blu-ray. Got some Darwin Cook artwork, of course, nice little slipcase. And yeah, I thought this was actually better than the comic, dude. Is that a hot take? I don't know, but that's what we got. A little bit of a movie haul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the comic book haul, of course, the new comic book day haul. And hopefully you guys enjoyed me talking about Batwoman Elegy. Thank you guys for watching and read more comics.